Good morning everyone, welcome back to another episode of Stay at Home Safaris. Myself and Dan are out on this pretty chilly cold morning. Unfortunately, tracks of that cheetah indicate that he's headed out of our area, of our property. But I hope the bush has something to offer us today. We'll just have to wait and see. So a lovely view of an African fish eagle there. Always an amazing bird to see out here in the African bush. For the Americans out there, it is the closest relative to the bald eagle. So that's quite an interesting fact. And also you see it just perched up on that tree. They usually spend majority of their day perched up in these large trees over surrounding dams. And then will sort of 1% of the day go hunting and fishing. Beautiful view of a few kudus out in the open. We often don't see them coming out into these open clearings. Usually they're in dense, thicker bushes where they feel more comfortable, but we often see them moving from one thick area to another and crossing the clearing like they're doing now. So pretty cool view of a little sparrowhawk there. Looks like he's killed a young francolin, which 98% of their diet consists of sort of younger birds and ground-dwelling birds. And they'll often sort of sit on a perch and then when they see their prey, swoop down, catch it. And like we see with this one, bringing it back up to that perch and then eating it from the tree. So quite interesting giraffe behavior that's happening now. You can see three younger bulls, especially. There's a whole journey of males, but there's three youngsters here just pretty much trying to assert dominance over each other. The two youngest of the three really tried to, it's called necking, so hit each other with those ossicones on the top of their heads. And it's not really anything harmful or spiteful, it's just testing their power. So it seems like winter is definitely still upon us. It hasn't really warmed up this morning as much as we thought it would. You can see this young hyena trying to curl up and save as much body heat as possible, as pretty much everyone else is doing right now. Good afternoon everyone, welcome back. Beautiful afternoon starting with some elephants just outside of camp. So pretty incredible how that big elephant bull was able to find that specific root and then smell it out. Most of the time they will smell the roots and then dig with their front legs just like we saw that male doing. And they're able to then, because it's obviously winter, a lot of the trees and shrubbery will now, they'll store the nutrients that they need to survive within the roots, and that's what the elephants are looking for. All of that great nutrients that's normally stored in the leaves is now in the roots, and they absolutely love it. So lovely to find Yeleti again. We haven't seen him in a while, especially coming through this sort of area of his territory. But nice to see, still looking in great condition, despite him getting on in age. So it's quite interesting. He's done this a few times now, just stopping at trees and having a look up. There's been a few young male leopards in his territory lately, so possibly just looking if they've stored kills anywhere and trying to get the benefit of that. But he definitely looks like he's hunting, so let's follow him and see what he does. So every now and again you can see him flicking his tail up, showing the white of his tail, and that's often when there's a lot of birds alarm calling, and pretty much that's just a sign of saying, not here to harm you guys, just moving through my territory, and scent marking as he goes through his territory. So we tried to preemptively park where we thought he'd come out in the Sand River. Unfortunately, looks like he hasn't. Possibly may have found a bushbuck or some sort of prey to stalk and hunt in the thickets. So we'll give him a little bit of time, but unfortunately I think he may have given us the slip here. So this here is a great example of stopping and looking around whenever there is an opportunity. We had a lovely hyena sighting this morning. This hyena all tucked up in a little ball, and we didn't really look anywhere around us. Came back to camp and one of the trackers gave us an update that there was a kill in the tree somewhere around this area, we weren't particularly sure, and came back here this afternoon. Lo and behold, there was a kill at the tree, and there is now a leopard feeding on it. So pretty funny how we actually missed that this morning. But lovely to see the Tavengumi male again. For those of you who don't know, he is the previous successful young male cub of the Scotia female. And yeah, pretty amazing to be able to see him again. He's got a young female bushbuck kill and he's up in a tree. So let's sit with him a while and see what he does. So it looks like Tavengumi is just coming off the carcass now. As most leopards do, love to keep themselves immaculately clean. So he'll most likely end up grooming himself, probably up in the tree. So I think that's where we're going to leave today. Pretty amazing view of Tavengumi. Bit of a quiet morning, but that's how the bush rolls. So good night everyone. Stay safe, stay home and stay positive.